Hello everybody and welcome to the Nifty Nerd Show. My name is Kat.
My name is Bee.
And today I am drawing mashups of horror movie villains.
What was that, Kat?
Okay, so a little disclaimer is that I have a very hard time saying horror, and most of the time it sounds like whore. So I'm not saying that. I just can't speak very well.
How long were you in speech therapy for?
I don't remember. I was young. Small.
Maybe you should have been longer.
So, first off we've got Pennywise from It and Ghostface from Scream. Even though his little costume in the movie says Father Death or whatever.
Okay.
I care. I made the thing. It was very hard to, come up with, which characters I was gonna mash up. Because, I don't know, some just, work better than others.
What do you mean? To mash up, or...?
Yeah, how would you mash up, Annabelle and Ghostface?
Just Annabelle with the ghost face.
See, but that's not great.
Annabelle in a little cloak?
Okay, well, I did Annabelle later, so whatever. And I only picked characters from movies that I have actually watched. So there's, what?
Oh, I was about to say, you haven't seen the Annabelle movies,
but we saw The Conjuring 1 and 2, but nothing important in 2 with this.
That is relevant.
Yeah. Yeah. So, watched not the first, why did I say the first? I watched both of the It movies recently.
You watched the new It movie.
Yeah. Well, the other one's more like a mini-series than like a movie.
Yeah, but it's still a movie
okay,
on
fair
HBO
enough,
Max.
Fair enough. I thought it was fine.
Oh, I really like the It movies. I have good associations with them.
Well, that's nice, but I only watched them recently when we were just binge watching a lot of horror movies, including Scream, which I think the problem is that I knew exactly who it was gonna be in the twist. That's the problem with rewatching classic horror movies, like Nightmare on Elm Street comes up later in this. But it's I know how they end and I know what's going on already, so I can't be as invested.
I don't have that problem as much. I feel like if it's a good movie, if it's rewatchable, you'll be able to rewatch it despite the twist.
Fair enough.
I wasn't super invested. I did like Scream more than Nightmare on Elm Street.
But it also just might be because it's older and
yeah,
visually wise, it's less interesting.
Visually Pennywise.
You really had to stretch that.
I did have to stretch it.
Like Kreugar's arms in that one scene.
Like little noodles. That's
things
outside of
car
gas
dealerships. Oh,
yeah, gas stations. I was gonna say we also watched the Cream. We also watched the Scream TV series.
Well, the first 2 seasons.
No idea what's going on in the third.
I thought it was good. Some parts were better than others, I thought, but
yeah, I liked it enough to keep watching.
Yeah, I don't know if I liked the Scream series or the Slasher series better.
Oh, I liked
the thing is that there are some real low points in Slasher. Slasher, if you don't know, is an anthology series, so every season's a new story. But the second season is so awful. I thought it was really...
It's not any fun.
Yeah. It's just these terrible people are getting murdered. Don't you want them to live? And it's I don't really care if most of them live. Most of them are pretty awful.
But the third season is solid, and the first season I rewatched it, so I liked it.
It's good.
I didn't have to rewatch.
Yeah. But Scream had a more ongoing plot, and I felt pretty satisfied with who it was, but there was some weird canon backtracking on it, because it was clear that they were writing for something, and then in season 2 they were we can't do that. And then they completely changed it.
Oh, man. In the Scream series, they reveal, one killer the first, and they go back and, but there was also a second killer. That was the whole point of Scream.
You're Scream. We knew there was going to be a second killer.
But I was so, the first time they watched, the first season, they don't tell you who the second killer was. But when I was watching it, I was it's obviously this person. It's this person. But then it wasn't. And I was really, distraught.
But they kind of said it was this other person, and it wasn't the other person.
No spoilers here. We're just vague and cryptic.
Like every good horror movie villain should be.
Well, maybe not vague.
Well, a little cryptic never hurt anybody.
A little cryptid, maybe.
I felt since we're talking about Scream enough, It Chapter 2 was so much more CGI heavy than the first one, I felt like. I was like, okay, man, I get it. The Paul Bunyan statue, whatever.
When the witch person chased
I was
Beverly
like,
around.
this is so, like, some of the heads on, like, the, like, monster people were so large, I was like, this looks ridiculous. They're gonna freaking fall over, they're so gosh darn top heavy. I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah.
Plus, I had a hard time remembering who everyone was in it.
Really?
Like, I know, just because there were, like, so many of them. I don't know.
I didn't have that problem.
Oh, well.
I knew all their
Win
names.
them all. I don't remember any of... Oh, I guess... Okay, let me try. Stan. Ben. Beverly. Georgie was the kid. Pennywise was the clown. Okay.
Good going, Kat.
Well, I guess it's time to talk about... Well, it's been like a month or two since I've watched The Conjuring. And 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say so. Nah.
I didn't find them very scary. I thought the, like, Crooked Man was scary, but I was also so jarred because he felt like he didn't fit with anything else in the movie.
I was like, you're scary, but
maybe
in, like, a creepypasta sense.
Yeah, you belong on, like, an internet forum or something. Maybe not this. Yeah, I don't know. It was fine. It was very scary. We also watched Insidious at the same time.
Yeah.
Which I believe is also James Wan. And also didn't find that incredibly. Thought it kind of weird.
Yeah.
I kind of like the little music cues. But I believe that...
Okay. I've been waiting for you to get done talking about The Conjuring so that I can prepare myself for You're the Strangers Pray at Night rant.
Oh, I was about to. That's what I was about to start with. And it's my favorite movie out of all of the ones that I drew in here. Which is, It... Let me think of all the movies. It, Scream, what's Hannibal Lecter's movie?
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs. Nightmare on Elm Street. Conjuring. And my very favorite out of all of these movies is Strangers Pray at Night. Which seems like nobody else enjoyed it.
Which Rotten Tomatoes told us
no one agreed with. Movie. But I loved it so much.
It should also be pointed out, neither of us have seen the first Strangers.
Who needs to? That second one was a perfect movie. I love the ending. I love the soundtrack. Incredible. I thought the soundtrack was great. I thought the colors were great. I was very tense. Normally I'm not very tense during horror movies because I feel nothing. I'm like, whatever. Who cares? I guess some people have to die in this movie. But, like, I was so tense. It was good. And I feel like the villains bounced a very good line of, like, too powerful to stop and also, like, they're still human.
Oh, yeah. My favorite part of any slasher movie, or any horror movie in general, is just that bit at the end where the character goes insane against their captor. Like, the more stabby and blood there, it's like, you've given me a really hard time this past night, and...
I had a really rough time, okay?
It's time to get some vengeance. We watched, Hush last night for the first time. It was a fine movie. I don't know if I'll rewatch it, but I thought it was nice. And just the whole movie, I'm like, just kill him. It was very tense at the end, because I'm like, okay, you've killed him, but, like, are you gonna live?
What happened to no spoilers? We didn't spoil the Scream TV series, but we're gonna spoil Hush.
I forgot.
What kind of...
Put a disclaimer somewhere.
I'm not putting a disclaimer in here. Yeah. So what do you think of the drawing of this one? I thought it was fun because, like, I believe that her name's Doll Face, and that's, oh, it's a doll!
I thought that was the other one.
Really? I'm pretty sure this one was Doll Face.
Oh, you know more about Strangers Pray at Night, probably.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Oh, I don't think I know a lot
one's
about
like
Strangers Pray at Night.
pin-up girl.
Oh my gosh,
something.
there's the one jump scare in Pray at Night.
There's just one?
There's one that got me so bad. And normally jump scares don't get me. Like, we were watching it and I was like, 3, 2, 1, and it was like, bad. I was like, see? But, like, she, like, appears out of, like, a really, like, dark, like, tunnel area. I was like, ah! That was really rough.
That was funny.
Okay. Yeah, it was good. It was good, though. That's how you know to get you right. And then last up, we've got Hannibal Lecter and Freddy Kreugar.
Or Fred.
It's just Fred in the first one. But Fred is a stupid name.
It has... How long has it been since we watched Silence of the Lambs?
I actually do know this one.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't remember exactly.
It came out...
Here's the thing. In our last video, the Marvel redraw video,
Uh-huh.
the storm, I said how long ago I drew it, but I don't remember that. But I know I was drawing Silence of the Lambs. We were watching Silence of the Lambs as I was drawing it.
Uh-huh.
So, oh no, you'll have to check in the last video. No, I'm just joking, but it's been like a year or two.
If you know when, you drew that Storm one because recently we had seen X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
It's I think it's called Dark Phoenix. The X-Men movies, I don't always remember their names. It had to be the Dark Phoenix one. I think it's the last one they did.
Yeah.
So, and it's the last one they're gonna do that at Disney owns that.
Disney doesn't do. Okay, we gotta get away.
Oh.
Step away from X-Men and get back to this. I wasn't as well accustomed to horror not spooking me when I watched Silence of the Lambs, but I also didn't find it that scary. There's this scene where he claws the guy's face off. And then he puts his clothes on, so it's he's dead or whatever.
It was so obvious to me.
I was he's clearly that. They just clearly switched.
That wasn't a surprise to me at all. That was the logical step to take.
Yeah, and then they're in the elevator, and I was that's just the body. Just give him a little freak out. And also, I don't know. It's okay, so he eats people. What do you...
Big deal.
Big deal, y'all.
Cat
I don't
supports
know.
cannibalism?
Cat does not support cannibalism. But, I don't know. It's, I guess he's a serial killer. That Baba Bean was really weird.
I find that scene so funny. I don't know why.
It is pretty... I don't know why either. I think it's just the, absurdity of it.
Yeah.
He's I had a friend for dinner. Oh, wow. What a funny joke.
The classic cannibal line.
I was gonna say that's it's not to serve man, it's to serve man. Shut up.
It's like any thing where it's they're secretly a zombie and it's we'd like to have you for dinner. It's I guess they're gonna eat you. I don't know, man. That's tough.
Too bad. I think I've said more of these movies aren't scary than I've said that these movies are scary.
Yeah.
I prefer the tension to the fear.
Yeah.
If it doesn't take at least a few days off my life from heart problems, was it really worth watching?
Probably why both of us, I think I'm saying that. I like horror series more than movies. Because you gotta build up to it.
And you get more attached to the characters.
Yeah.
Hill House and Blind Manor. Beautiful. I love those shows so much. I think they're the best.
Yeah.
They're some of my favorite shows in general, not even just in horror. And if you've seen the rest of our channel, it's mostly superheroes. So, that says a lot.
Thoughts on Nightmare on Elm Street?
It was a movie. I don't know.
It was a movie,
It sure was.
Actually, they made a lot. It was just
really?
one.
It's okay, because like I said earlier, I know how it's gonna end.
Yeah.
It's final girl, friends die. That weird, where he pulls her mom in the door at the end.
Spoilers for a 30-year-old movie, Cat. Ah.
Spoilers for a movie older than I am. It's oh, wow. It's okay. I mean, it's dreams, I guess. It's but if I'm watching this movie, in my head, I'm so what am I supposed to do about it? I can't just not go to sleep.
I don't live on this street.
Cat needs a good 8 hours.
I don't live on this street. What am I supposed to do about it? I forget what I was watching, but it was this all takes place in a haunted house. And I was I don't live there. It's not a problem for me.
It's just go somewhere else. And it'll be a haunted mansion. If you can afford a haunted mansion, you can afford to go stay somewhere else. Well, that looks like all the art's done then, Fee. Wanna call it a wrap?
I think I'd like to call it a video.
Thanks. Well, tune in next time. Same nifty time, same nifty channel.